Coach B, Chris Biffle, and this is March 18th, 2013. A whopper of a show for you tonight. Big question, and if our kids cannot answer this question, we got trouble. The trouble is centered around defining what a sentence is. Before we even get in, let's just talk about the wrong way to define a sentence. We all heard it in grade school. A sentence is a complete idea. Well, that's wacky, my friends, because every idea seems like it's complete unless it's got a missing word in it. I went to the blank park today. Maybe that's an incomplete idea. So no more defining sentences as a complete idea. It doesn't define it. It's probably the worst definition in the language. You define a square as a four-sided figure with four equal sides and 90-degree internal angles. That defines square. But to define a sentence as a complete idea leads you in the wrong way. It leads you to thinking about ideas as opposed to communication. That's a good point. Give me a 10-finger woo. We have to define a sentence in terms of what it does. And what it does is communicate some stuff of a certain kind. All right, my friends, I'm getting the woos already, and I'm excited. So let's look at our screen. Here's our program 549, and these are our Common Core webcasts. And the deal with these webcasts is they're electronic lessons. I'm not just teaching you, but I'm presenting these in a format that you can present to your class. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this so that you can just hit the computer button and drink foamy lattes. Isn't that a lovely thing? Now, all of these webcasts, these PDFs start in the same way. We indicate that they all follow the 5-step lesson plan. 5-step lesson plan starts with a question. And today it's a double question. What's a sentence? What's a fragment? My friends, I'm excited. You're getting 2 for the price of 1 today. Because if we define sentence, you'll find that we have a handy definition of fragment at the same time without teaching kids to find subjects and verbs. I'm taking off my glasses right at the top here. So if we say a sentence must have a subject and a verb, that doesn't help any, because then we got to define subject and we got to define verb, which are pretty tough. So today's definition of a sentence that we're going to give you, and fragment, teaches sentence as a form of communication without parts of speech. I'll take another 10-finger woo for that one. All right, so 5-step lesson plan. Here are the 5 steps. Question, answer with a gesture. A sentence is a complete message. There we go with the definition. Then we're going to explore some examples of sentences and fragments. We're going to use our quick test as always, and then we're going to do some writing. My friends, this same 5-step lesson plan can be used to teach anything. And the nice thing about these PDFs is you get the pattern, and so do your kids. It's a follow me lesson. Here's how it works. All your kids need to do is to know class yes, hands and eyes, mirror words, the scoreboard, and teach okay. And here's a surprise I didn't even know was going to be a surprise. I'm coming at you again. Coming at you again with glasses off. I've also written a PDF that teaches your kids class yes, hands and eyes, mirror words, the scoreboard, and teach okay. You know what? I may just show that next week. Wouldn't that be cool? You have a PDF that shows your kids the basics, that Coach B teaches your kids the basics of whole brain teaching, and then that PDF helps them to follow the rest of the PDFs. You're going to gain lots of weight drinking foamy lattes, courtesy of Coach B. All right, Daisy D, glad to see that you're digging it. All right, let's get back to our screen. In fact, I really like the 3D mix so I can see you seeing me. Now, I'm just walking through this. If you have seen this before, I apologize. All of this is just introductory material. I'm just going to show you the basic idea. The metaphor is that Coach B is taking your kids to whole brain college. And kids of every age love to think about going to college. So it's immediate buy-in. And the opening slides just give you pointers about how to do the lessons. Don't worry that I'm going fast because, as I say, this PDF is a download. These are just pointers. About 10 or 15 slides, and then we get here. Here we are. Let's get started. So, Coach B is talking to your class, taking them to whole brain college, and no matter what age they are, they want to go to college, and we start our 5-step lesson plan, and yes, Lori, you show the PDF to the kids. That's the beauty of this. Let me explain that again, because it's a bizarre and wonderful idea. At the end of this program, I'm going to show you how to get the PDF. You download it, you put it in your computer projector, and you just page through it. All you do is read my part, and my part tells your kids what to do. So, for example, here is the first screen that you would read to your kids. Welcome, I'm Coach B, your college professor. Rub your hands together and tell your neighbor, oh, sweet mama, I'm going to love going to whole brain college. And yes, I'd recommend, as Blizzard does right now, I'd recommend using a deep voice. So change your voice. Are we for fun? My friends, fun is what we're all about. If your kids are not having fun, they're not doing whole brain teaching. They're not getting their whole brains involved. There's a fun center deep within the limbic system, in the core of the brain. We want the whole brain, the happy part of the brain, the emotional center of the brain. So yeah, let's have some fun. So, we go, I say class, class, you say that. Your kids say yes, yes. You say not fast enough, mighty groan. And look, I even marked the scoreboard for you. Not loud enough, mighty groan. The mighty groan should look like this. It's not like this. That takes too long. Longer it takes, the more time the kids have to be off task. It should be like this. Practice until it's just like that. That rapid mighty groan comes to us from one of our outstanding whole brain teachers, Ferris Shipley from Lubbock, Texas. And here's the mighty oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a clap and an oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nice, crisp, and sharp. So the program starts with what we call ping-ponging on the scoreboard. Ping-ponging on the scoreboard means you give them a couple of frownies and a couple of smileys, or a couple of smileys and a couple of frownies, just to get them revved up. Coach B says, class, class. Your kids say, yes, yes. Coach B, with his hands casually folded, says, we're going to have a very exciting lesson today. And this is a key part of whole brain teaching. Tell them what to do. Make a full turn to your neighbor, big gestures, and repeat what I said over and over. And notice this. There's some stuff here in brackets. Look at the stuff in brackets. If it's in brackets, you don't say clap, clap. You do clap, clap. Yes. And you're right. This is Coach B doing the hands and eyes. So the kids say to each other, it's going to be an exciting day. You call them back, class, class. And now we start our question, and we'll say it twice. Notice the bold face. What is a sentence? What is a sentence? That gives you some cues of a fundamental whole brain teaching technique, which is teaching is a performing art, my friends. And if you just talk like this and you keep talking like this, you're not performing, you're not engaging your audience. You want to watch a movie where everybody has a deadpan tone? Vary your tone of voice. My friends, glass is coming off again. Listen to me. You used to be a kid. Have some fun. Loosen up. Oh yeah, I think I made that point pretty clear. Now, we've done the question already. See how quickly it's moved? We got the question done. Kids repeat the question to each other. Now, we're ready for the answer. And classity class, not loud enough, mighty groan. And we got second graders like Nancy Stoltenberg's kids who wonder how it is that Coach B knows that they're not loud enough. And you tell him the truth. He's magic. That's how he knows. Mighty, oh yeah. And then, class-a-doodle-doo. We're ready for the answer. Here's the answer. A sentence is a complete message. A sentence is a complete message. And you're holding an imaginary phone up to your ear. And that dials in what we mean by sentence. It's a kind of communication. Do the teach okay? Bring them back. And repeat the whole thing again. So I even built repetitions into the PDF. Class, class, class. And we've done the answer. We've done the question, we've done the answer. Oh, we're moving along here. Now, step 3 is the tough step. It's the explore step. Go very slowly in your exploration because now you're going to begin to teach the lessons. Class Rooney, we're going to explore the answer and we'll put some examples on the board and you explain them to your neighbor. Now, here is our classic explanation of a sentence. And you can do mirror words. It was too long to put in the PDF. You say mirror words, they say mirror words, you say the equivalent of, you're laying in your bed, you got your arms around your teddy bear, oh no, the phone rings, you stop across the floor, you pick up the phone, laughing and running along the beach, click. You say, what's up with that? That was not a complete message, that was not a sentence. Tell that story with mirror words the kids tell each other, call them back. Same story, but this time you pick up the phone and someone says, I was running and laughing along the beach. And so here's the key, and I thought this up about 5 or 10 years ago. A sentence is something that will make sense in the middle of the night. A mystery phone call. Running and laughing along the beach does not make sense. I was running and laughing along the beach. That's a complete message. So you ask your kids, would this make sense in the middle of the night if you get a mystery phone call? If it wouldn't make sense, it's a good chance it's not a sentence. And so now we get them to understand sentences the way most of us understand sentences. We hear a sentence. You don't figure out if something's a sentence by finding subject and verb or asking yourself, hey, is that a complete idea? No, you can hear the completeness of the message. Is everybody with me? I hope so. Because I was so happy when I figured that out years ago. Tell you the truth, I couldn't find a subject and a verb years ago. I'm lucky I can now. All right. So you explain the running and laughing along the beach is not a sentence. You keep going, and you do it a couple of times. We're going slow in the exploration stage. Then you do, I was running and laughing along the beach. Take it slow. We're going to build in lots more examples before long. This is the teach okay. You're just reading the yellow boxes and this box up here. Now here's Coach B. Now we add a new piece of information. We're going to play a game called a Mystery Midnight Phone Call. You only have to know one thing. A message that's not complete is called a fragment. I'll say that again. A message that's not complete is called a fragment. So now we've learned two things. A sentence is a complete message. A sentence that's not a complete message is a fragment. One of the rare times that we have two definitions at the same time, but these two fit together. So let's look at Mystery Midnight Phone Call, Level 1, my friends. Oh yeah, Level 1. Here's how we play. There are two sentences up there, or two phrases up there, and I tried to make them funny, and kids figure out which one is a sentence. A big brown bear sat on my tuna sandwich. Sitting on my tuna sandwich, a big brown bear. Talk to your neighbor about which of those is a sentence. And that's tough for kids, so we have a lot of these. At birthday parties, dragons light their own candles. Dragons lighting their own candles. Example after example. The man made of green sweet pickles. Is the blue box a sentence? The man was made of green sweet pickles. Dig it? My mouse has a tiny pet mouse. My mouse and her tiny pet mouse. One example after another, lots of repetitions. And you're right, Giselle. Even fifth graders do this. The boy stood on top of his own head. Brian Hopkins, you like that one? Standing on top of his own head while everyone applauded. Would you rather see it this way, my friends? Is it easier to see? Betsy, Mama, you're right. They do need it. My college students need it. No, the fragments are not always in red. Sometimes they're in blue, sometimes they're red. The girl swallowed a spoonful of powdered water. The girl's swallowing a spoonful of powdered water. Now that one is blue and red. My mother said, eat that peanut. My mother walking toward me, eat those peanuts now. And also, notice this. You can't tell by length. Sometimes the longer one is a fragment. The boy had a drawer full of small lions. The magic boy with the drawer full of small lions. If you like a banana bread and peanut butter sandwich, that sounds good, but it's a fragment. If you like, eat a banana butter and peanut bread sandwich. You like that? I thought that was pretty funny. You're right, Gabby. His eyes are closed. Closing his eyes as the monster stomped toward him. You know what, my friends? I'm going to make a change in this before I send it out to you. I noticed Brainiac points out that most of the times the sentences are in blue. I'm going to switch this up, and I'll change it up so I have a little bit more variety. Give Brainiac a 10-finger woo. Good point, Brainiac. Now let's go to level 2. Level 2, it's going to be harder. Both boxes might be sentences. Both boxes might be fragments. Or one box might be a sentence and the other box might be a fragment. Ho, 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 that's a good one. It's like a video game. We're at level 2. Now it's going to get a little harder, but lots of repetitions. Under the green leafy tree, a deer danced with a goldfish. The big brown bear skipped in the sunlight. Oh yeah, both of those are sentences. All alone, late at night, with no one around, the girl carefully sneezed. So I'm just going to page through these. A giant used the farmer's barn for a pillow. A giant slept. Why, those are both sentences, a long one and a short one. The old lady drank a glass of soda. A glass of soda drank an old lady. Goodness, those are both sentences too. Upside down, she ran on the ceiling. While running on the ceiling, she bumped her head on the carpet. Swimming in the cold lake with puffy clouds in the sky. That's a nice long one, but it's a fragment. They swam in a lake full of jelly beans. That's a sentence. We drank milk. We drank milk and laughed until it came out of our noses. Robin Hood played tag in the forest with his merry men. Robin Hood felt grumpy though his men were merry. So a bunch of those mixed up. Many times the fragment is shorter than the sentence and so forth. Now we're ready for level 3. Now here's the deal, my friend, and I need to make this point. One point I'm going to make looking here at my desk is that I've got a physical surprise coming for you. You know, usually it's some kind of electronic doodad. Oh no, my friends. It's a thing. Made of matter. That kind of surprise. All right. So when you're doing the explore stage in your 5-step lesson plan, question, answer, explore, expand the answer. Simple, 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 and then build in some sentence frames where the kids, not telling you what form of matter it is, where the kids can begin to use what you've taught them. So here we are at level 3 of our Mystery Midnight phone call. Now the kids are going to fill in some blanks. Blank in the zoo, running to the zoo. So what they're going to do is change those fragments to sentences. Beside the old tree, and then we went home. If you want to go, while we drove home, at the bubblegum factory all day long. You get the idea. Now here's some fragments. You change them into sentences, and kids can do this orally, and here's the deal. They do it until you call them back. So it isn't just turn once and fill in the blank once. Repeat, 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 variety, variety, variety. Build fluency. Pretty important in speaking a language. Can you figure out several ways to say the same thing? Oh, you're getting more fluent, my friend. So here's some more screen. Laughing hard after it was all over. You know what? People say, as Lori just said, and Lori, I agree, this is great for ELLs, but this is what we say. All of our kids are ELLs. Right? They're all English language learners, and so are we. The only one who isn't might have been Shakespeare. So we're learning to construct more and more complex sentences. What is a complex sentence? How could we teach complex sentence? Gosh, that would be a good PDF, wouldn't it? I've already written it. Are you excited about the complex sentence PDF? While giving the moose a bubble bath, see, that's another one. Bob petting a snake. It's not an snake, Coach B. It's a snake. The smiley snake said, and so on. Class. Oh, not loud enough groan. Class, class. Super mighty, oh yeah. So now we've done the first 3 parts. We know the question, we know the answer, and we've explored the answer. Now we test them. Let's see how many veterans we have online. What is the test called? That's my online question. If you're not watching this live, I won't know if you're right or not. Oh my goodness gracious. What a bunch of whole brain teaching veterans. It's called a quick test. Very good, my friends. You might learn about Coach B's physical surprise. It's sitting right here next to me on the desk. Here, I'm going to pick it up and I'll show. Oh no, I can't show it to you just yet. Did you catch what it was? What did it look like? A latte! Hold it, very good. Nancy, you almost saw it. It has orange matter on it. Cruz, you're going to flip out. All right, let's go back to our lesson. Calm down, my little friends. Popcorn, good idea. California Clear, false teeth of foamy latte. You guys are wonderful. Oh, my stupendous, superific, outrageous, wacky, adorable, cutie class. And they got to remember all that and say it back. So here's Coach B explaining the QT test. And if you don't know about the QT, Nancy Stoltenberg will put a message on the text box and tell you what webcast you can learn about the 5-step lesson plan. Class Bajinga. And now we go to the QT, and you can give a ton of them. I think the best QTs are give a sentence, give a fragment, give a sentence, give a fragment. Class a ding ding. Now we've gone through 4 steps. It's time to do some writing. My friends, let me come back at you. We are not just talking about ordinary writing here. Au contraire, mon frère. We are talking about cartoon writing. Can anybody dig cartoon writing? I hope so. Here it is. Cartoon writing. There's our friend Big Dilly. We're going to play a game called cartoon writing. How do we play cartoon writing? All you have to do is fill in the blanks as many times as possible with sentences. In the morning, comma, and then add lots more sentences about what the cat would do in the morning. If you find me on your pillow, add lots more sentences about what would you do if you found a frog on your pillow. Today we could add more sentences about a talking donut. At our house, lots more sentences about what would happen in the chicken's house. You notice the graphics? My friends, you may say, I love the graphics. But why do you love the graphics? Let me tell you. Because here in the back of your head is your visual cortex. The visual cortex is the largest area of the brain. It's so large, scientists sometimes refer to it as the seeing brain. You love graphics because They activate a huge chunk of brain real estate. That's why you love graphics. That's also why you remember faces better than names. Visual cortex. Dig it? That's why kids love the graphics. It gets the whole back third of their brain cooking. That's a technical term. All right. Some more. Birds building a nest. So sentence frames with graphics. Riding in my taxi at night. When I learn how to drive. Playing soccer with me. What would it be like to play soccer with this boy? In Candyland. Add lots more sentences about going to Candyland with this chocolate ice cream bar. In my spaceship. Add lots more sentences about traveling with the alien in her spaceship. Now with a big turn and giant gestures, tell your neighbors everything you've learned about sentences and fragments. And this is important. We haven't stressed this enough. Whenever you teach something, you've got to put up a power pix. Here's the sentence power pix. Notice it's color-coded, and you can't see it, but every power pix at the top in tiny white writing has the question and the answer. You see that? And at the bottom, it has the gesture. So that when you put these on the wall and you forget what they're about, the little white letters are like a cheat sheet, and you can say, boys and girls, don't you remember the gesture for sentence? And you take a quick look at it. So everything you teach must go up on the wall as a picture. Are these available for purchase? No, they are not available for purchase. Why would we sell you something if we could find a way to give it to you for free? If you go to wholebrainteaching.com, register, go to free ebooks, you'll find hundreds of power picks. Unfortunately, for free doesn't cover tonight's webcast because I haven't posted it yet. Here's our power picks for fragment. Hold an imaginary phone to your ear and then hold up your hands in frustration because you aren't hearing a complete message. So fragment. This and that is not a complete message. All right. Then our last writing assignment is always this. Finish up by writing for as long as your teacher wishes an answer to this question. What is a sentence? Use what you've learned from me to create your own examples. Use because. Use what you learned during the midnight phone call game. And so that's it, my friends. That's the whole 5-step lesson. Let's just go over it. Step 1, ask the question, what's a sentence? Step 2, give the answer, a sentence is a complete message. Step 3, walk them through some examples distinguishing between sentences and fragments. Still in step 3, give them some fill-in-the-blanks tasks. Step 4, QT on them. And they've learned what a fragment is as they went along. Step 5, have cartoon writing, where they're writing paragraphs. I mean, the first sentence about the frog is the topic sentence. This is what I do if a frog was on my pillow, and then the rest of this stuff is about what happens next. So we build down to writing in all of these PDFs. Why? I'll tell you why. You know, I'm a philosophy teacher, and I've done you a favor. I've done you a favor, my friends, which I'm not going to do right now. The favor I've done for you is I rarely quote philosophers to you. And I taught them for 40 years, but the reason we emphasize writing is not because of Common Core. Common Core is going to come and go. It's because of what St. Augustine said, 5th century AD, the great early Christian philosopher. He said this, I write in order to learn what I know. That's why we emphasize writing. You write in order to learn what you know. If you want a tattoo, and I'm sure many of you youngsters do, put that on your forearm. I write in order to learn what I know. So, here's the unhappy situation tonight. The sentence PDF has not been posted yet. So if you want it right away, go to PayPal. I'll show you where, and put $5.49 in the PayPal thing. I will not only send you this PDF, but I will send you this gorgeous professional development certificate that has not only one side, but two sides. And then, my friends, if you're lonesome and you want Coach B to come around and cheer up you and your colleagues, some of you are having professional development, I hear, and you're not real keen on what's happening in your professional development classes. Have your principal send me an email, chrisbiffle@wholebrainteaching.com. Maybe I can come to your neighborhood. I'll come to your backyard. All right, my friends, let us see how we could do this PayPal tonight. Right here is the PayPal box, $5.49. I'll send you the PDF with the professional development certificate, or you can wait a week or so. And in a week or so, if you register at Whole Brain Teaching, right down here, and I'm going to register, then if you go up to free ebooks, up here at free ebooks, and you go to Common Core, and the PDFs will be there. What's a paragraph? What's a topic sentence? What is evidence? How should we use because? What's an inference? What's a main idea? What's a verb? We've got much more coming, including what's a sentence. Now, talked about some surprises. I'm going to show you something that's not a surprise, but you may have heard of the incredible Whole Brain Teaching iPhone app. It's now available. You just boom, boom. You take it with you anywhere in the classroom or around class, and then transfer the numbers to your whiteboard. It also works. This thing's called an iPad. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of those, but yeah, same iPhone app. Works on iPad. Go to iTunes, and these are, I think, $4.95, and they're fun. But now for the surprise. What do you Android doesn't work yet. What do you think the surprise is? Oh my goodness, the suspense is building. I have long waited for this surprise, and I am ice cream square root teach. It's better than ice cream. Check this out. Check it out. You ready? Check this out. You see that? That's a book. Yes. Not an electronic gizmo, my friends, but a book. What's it called? And look how gorgeous the back cover is. Get one at Amazon.com. That's too cool because it's handy to have our manual finally in paper form. We like electronic. Give me a We do appreciate your energy, your passion for whole brain teaching. But I'm going to tell you one more thing. One more thing. The title is Whole Brain Teaching for Challenging Kids. And just put in my name, Christopher Biffle. You'll see a lot of my other books there too. Here's something. Challenging Kids. There it is. Whole Brain Teaching for Challenging Kids. I'm going to our Facebook page, and something on Facebook 2 days ago, yesterday. Here's the message. It's how to stop backtalk. And it's just a few paragraphs on how to stop backtalk with Rule 5. The message is going viral. 27,000 people have seen the message. 19,000 of them have forwarded it. Forward this message. Put it on your Facebook page. We are going to have an America that it's a backtalk-free zone. Forward it, forward it, forward it. It's screaming out there. So short, so easy. Help your colleagues. Put it on your Facebook page and publicize it like crazy. In one day, 27,000 people have seen it. Help us out. All right, my friends. Next week, main idea. After I do main idea, then I can do topic sentence, and then I can do paragraph. Still going through a dark time, my friends. There's intermittent flashes of light, but we do, my family, of the places flow down the screen. Where are you from? Yes, Thailand. So exciting to have you online, Thailand. Oh, that's fantastic. Now, my friends, I'd like to want information about certification, email her. We may have a number of inner city teachers here. Reach inner city kids. I believe she teaches second graders. Also an inner city teacher of sixth graders. Betsy Mama, get a hold of Brainiac and on. And teaching middle school, Andre Desch. Andre, put your email address on. My friends, I think I'm having some spotty broadcasting here. next week. Electronics. Next Monday night. Yes. Talk to you soon, my friends. Nancy, how many people did we have online?